Alright, so it says we're live as usual. Welcome back to the GM's Dice. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. And last time, if you didn't catch it all, we left off heading toward Ord Mandel, hunting a chist by the name of Vega. The dancing hut at this point has just dropped out of hyperspace. You can see the surface or the planet of Ord Mandel in your viewport growing larger as you approach. And Zara's personal communicator chirps in her pocket.
Zara will just kind of be startled by it because she wasn't expecting any communications approaching a planet that nobody knew she was going to, but the other two crew members, and she'll look at it and go, okay, and clicks it on.
Alright, you click it on, and you hear a very familiar voice, one that you're rather shocked to be hearing, seeing as how not too long ago Echo dispatched this woman. You hear the voice of Sylvia Utah. She says, "I tried to do this the easy way twice now, but you forced this upon yourself. Zara Drax, you are a dead woman." And then static.
Zara's just kind of going, wait a minute, we killed that bitch. Echo, you dispatched her. What the? And she's
Is she a clone? Is someone cloning that trick?
Oh.
Oh, well, that I'm not going to tell you right off the bat.
So I know.
Did we
to
all
Zara.
hear this, or was it only that Zara heard it?
You all hear it. If you're standing in the bridge or in the cockpit or whatnot of the ship, you all hear it.
I think Echo would just look at Sylvia's saber hilt.
Did you cut her head off, Echo? I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I mean, maybe somehow she survived that, or
Zara's just perplexed. There's no way she could have survived.
If I remember correctly, you run her through, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
always
Echo.
cut off the head.
Starting to rub around his shoulder, and like stretch out.
He's feeling the pain.
And then just looking at Zara while rubbing his shoulder. No way she could have survived.
Zara's just starting to turn white and kind of just slumps back in the chair and is looking at the communicator and kind of looks at the other two and goes, is there a way we can trace this, see where it came from?
It is possible.
Okay.
So if you'd like...
Question. Does she work for anyone?
She was self-employed as far as you know, but she did have deals with the Empire.
Okay. Because I wondered if she had she worked for someone with a lot of money, and maybe he had a bunch of Sylvia Utahs, cloned up, and they're like in stock somewhere, and like when one is like, send another in. All right. Well, okay. So, is there a way to see where this where to track that call?
I'd say make a hard computers check. 2 purple, 1 red.
Okay. We're rolling a failure, but an advantage.
All right. Well, you fail to trace where it come from, but you do find a time stamp, and it's dated for 2 days ago. So it was at least sent, if not recorded, just 2 days ago. And we've got to roll Destiny, guys. I keep forgetting. Gee, come on, somebody roll some dark for me here.
That's the white die. Never can remember.
Yep.
This. There you go.
Oh, thank you. I needed that. So, 4 light side and 2 darks. Come on, is that 6th? Come on, thing, quit lagging. Show me my 6th. There we go. Put those. All right. So yeah, you're unable to find where it come from, but you are capable of figuring out that it was at least sent 2 days ago. 2 standard galactic days.
And we destroyed her, what, like 6 days ago? Before that? Or 6 days from this time?
About, let's see, the trip was 4 days. So yeah, it was about 7 days ago, about a week ago that you killed her.
Okay. And Zara's saying that she can't figure out where it came from, but sees that it was only 2 days ago that this was time-stamped. She's just, that white look is still on her face, and she's just kind of in awe, and just kind of goes, this is impossible. This cannot happen. We killed her 5 days before this, and I'm getting these messages. This doesn't make any sense. And she's just takes the communicator and just kind of tosses it to the back of the cockpit. I mean, just, ugh.
Okay. So you throw it over your shoulder, it clanks off the wall and hits the floor and rolls around for a bit. And the whole time this is going on, Ord Mantell is continuing to grow in the viewport, getting closer and closer.
I'll contact traffic control and request clearance for landing.
Okay. Somebody can make me make a hard underworld check, 3 purple, to see if you would have an idea of a decent place to start looking for this Chiss.
I'm going to defer to either Echo or Darius because Zara's not quite thinking about the mission right now.
My underworld is too green, so.
Oh.
Same here. Same here.
Okay.
Well, to represent your being distracted by what's going on, add a setback to it.
Oh, see, my underworld, I can minus that setback right off.
Nice.
So, who wants to roll it? I mean, I'll roll it.
I'll roll it. What was the difficulty?
Okay, go ahead.
3 purple, 1 setback that you get to get rid of.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So you can't quite think of a really dark or a really criminal element to Ord Mantell, as you've not been to Ord Mantell in quite some time. But you do sort of have a vague idea of where might be a decent place to look. I mean, obviously, any cantina or sort of house of ill repute or anything might be a place to look for said mercenary.
Zara, still just distracted by this now. Somebody, now that Miss Utah apparently must be back alive, she has no clue, but is still trying to figure out where to start looking for this Vega. Just kind of goes, There is find the nearest starport, and we'll just start looking in all the cantinas, all the underworld places we can find where everybody hangs out. I can't think of anything right now. And she just
Okay.
goes like
I'll,
this.
I'll start with Woolport. That's that big main city that usually they show up whenever you see Ord Mantell. It's always that one. And
It's Zoro just go, fine. Let's get this mission over with.
So I will
Rubbing your head.
I will request landing instructions from one of their docking bays or their traffic control. And
All right. So traffic control or port authority, whatever you want to call them, they direct you to a docking bay, and you guys land without any issues. You're able to disembark the ship and all without any problems. And guys come out and they see if you need refueled and whatnot. And if you want refueled, they'll refuel you.
yeah.
But okay, so yeah, they start refueling the ship and all that. Do you leave your droid on the ship to watch
Yes,
after
I do.
the ship?
Yes, I do. In fact, I tell Fweep, I said, let me know if there's anything happens out of the ordinary, please.
Okay.
And pat him on his little dome.
But you guys make your way off deeper into the city, and
And the whole time that we're walking, trying to find places, Zara's just kind of looking around, just in this kind of paranoid, semi-paranoid state, just looking at everybody. She's walking by. Okay, who's coming to get me? Who's coming to get me? Where is she coming from? And it's just starting to drive her mad.
Alright, so Zara's walking down the street, sort of extra jumpy and a little jittery at all the different shadows that move in the corner of her eyes and such. Probably making the other two a little bit nervous as well as you guys are walking around. But you overhear as you're heading into a cantina. You overhear a couple of patrons talking about a place that's out on the outskirts of town that's called the Blind Rancor. That's and from what you overhear from them, it seems to be a good place to pick up or drop off black market sort of goods, stuff that isn't usually for sale. And Zara has the idea that seeing how this Chiss was supposed to have made off with cargo belonging to your Black Sun informants or bosses, that may be a good place to start looking.
Alright. Zara will, after overhearing this, and kind of stops looking around, looks back at the guys and goes, let's go to this Blind Rancor. We'll start there, and I could really use a drink right now.
Okay. So it takes you probably about an hour to get to this place. I mean, it's not even inside the city limits or boundaries or whatnot. It's quite a ways out there. And as you approach this place, it's just this run-down, dark, seedy little rat hole of a shop that's looks to be built from the remains of a couple of old Clone Wars dropships. And it's got a few other buildings around it, almost like it's like the starting of some sort of little vagabond sort of settlement. Uh,
So Zara will just start to make her way towards the entrance.
okay. As you guys make your way through the settlement and make your way in towards the building, you notice that a lot of the people that are moving around outside this place and from building to building are walking around with like full type body armor, and some of them are quite recognizable, the style of armor that they're wearing. Everybody in the galaxy has heard of the Mandalorians, and there's quite a few of them walking around this area. But as you make it into the Blind Rancor, it's a small little place. It's got a full stock bar, and it's got 4 tables in it. One of the 4 tables has a group of rather elderly-looking gentlemen. Look like they're probably in their 70s or so, but still in really good shape. And the 3 of them look exactly the same, just different haircuts. One of the other tables that's in here has 4 Mandalorians sitting around the table. Behind the bar is a rather large 4-armed basilisk that is just heavily scarred. And he's wiping the bar down, and as you guys walk in, he looks up and, well, what can I do for you? I've never seen you around here. What do you want?
Yeah, Zara will slam down some credits and go, the strongest drink you have.
He just smiles, a big grin that takes up his entire face, and he just, oh yeah? You want to hit the floor. He turns around and he pulls out this bottle of this liquid that's just this bright, bright green. And as he pours it, it bubbles and froths and almost looks like it's got dry ice in it with the way the smoke kind of comes off of it. And slides it over to you. This is 5 credits.
She looks and goes, how much for the bottle?
500.
She sits there, thinks, goes, done, and
And
slams down 500.
Massive bottle.
Oh, she plans on taking it with her. 500. Bam.
A magnum.
500.
It's the size of 2/5. I'll put one big bottle. Just
She may
massive
need it.
bottle.
I'll just have an ale.
And he just he smiles at you. He slides one over. He's 2 credits.
Thanks. I whisper to Zara and Echo, and motion towards the 3 older-looking triplets. Clones. Those were clones, or are clones. I remember them when I was small.
And Zara, as he's saying that, is in the process of slamming down this first glass of whichever she was given. Slams it down and goes, and she just starts thinking.
All right. Well, as you slam that bottle down, go ahead and roll me a resilience check.
No, just the glass that he had poured.
Well, as I'd say, as you down this big old glass, it wasn't just a little shot glass. I mean, it's like you go into the bar and buy a beer. I mean, it's glass like that.
This stuff was bubbling.
And roll me a resilience. We're gonna go with 2 purple, 1 red on that one. All right. You're feeling pretty hammered. I mean, I wouldn't say hammered, but you're definitely feeling it. One drink and you're already pretty damn tipsy. Lips are already sort of getting that numb, tingly sort of feeling.
And she's kind of going, well, she goes, worth those 500 credits I just spent.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on Zara right now.
Good.
Okay. So you guys are sitting here at this table, and everybody's just sort of doing their thing, leaving you alone. I mean, you can see the Mandalorians; they keep eyeballing you, but they're as much as you can see a Mandalorian eyeball you, because all four of them have still got helmets on. They occasionally tip the front of the helmet up to take a drink or whatnot, but they're leaving their helmets on. And occasionally you can see a head sort of start to turn your way, but never quite turn all the way. But for the most part, nobody's saying anything to you or anything. They're all having their own conversations. The three clones, as Darius recognized them, are also just having a conversation about some mechanics issues that they were having with one of the haulers that they were working with earlier in the day.
Zara just still sitting at the table, just still trying to take in this alcohol. Goes, now what was it? Who was it we were supposed to find? And she's looking to Echo and Darius.
Vega.
Yeah, Vega. We better start trying to look for him.
Can you stand?
I better not right now. Maybe one of you guys should handle it, or both of you. I don't know. And she's just kind of sitting in her chair, just kind of doing this kind of thing, kind of.
It's like, I can handle it. She turns to the bartender. Slams some credits on the counter, much like Zara just did. Probably a little louder with the servos and gears and mechanics whirring his hand a little bit too roughly on top of the countertop. Just stares at the bartender.
And yeah, this basilisk that is still, probably a good 1.5 feet taller than you are. I mean, this guy's huge.
All right.
He just kind of gives you this look of, who the hell do you think you are, roughing up my bar sort of look. But he doesn't really, other than the look that he gives you when you slam the credits down, he doesn't look upset. I mean, he just sort of, who the hell do you think you are? And what can I do for you?
He just says, I'm looking for a chiss.
Is information. Information costs around here.
Then I just move my hand from the credits that are on the countertop.
How much did you put up there?
$1,000.
And he puts his hand over and slides it over to him. He says, all right, what do you want to know?
I'm looking for a chiss.
Okay. Anyone in particular? I know plenty.
Vega.
Yeah, I know a chiss by the name of Vega. What about him?
Location.
Last seen about a week ago. He was heading into the Nahlas Forest.
And Echo just, he looks to one side, towards Zara, and to the other side towards Darius, pausing for a moment.
And the basilisk is that all you want to know?
Well, we got a location.
Well, the Nihilus Forest is pretty damn big, boy.
Do you know where in the forest?
Well, I know that he usually goes to a clearing that's back in there. He uses that for his business.
I like business.
Well, fortunately, that's the most I can tell you for what you paid.
Zara will still kind of doing this. Reaches in, he grabs 500 more credits, slams them down, and goes, "We want more information."
And he just slides his hand over and slides it over and like off the edge of the bar into his apron that he's wearing. And he's, all right, Vega, mercenary, does all sorts of different hired gun stuff. He runs weapons. You got something needs shipped, he'll do it. You got something needs stolen or killed, he'll do it. What kind of stuff are you needing him for?
Acquisitions.
Yep, he was seen about a week ago heading into the forest.
Does Zara look like she's ready to heave?
No, it's more of a hiccup than it is really heaving.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, okay. I was going to move her towards a place where she could projectile out, not on anyone to piss them off.
No, she's had her experience in the bars before, so it's just caught her off guard. So she's just trying to get back her whatever composure she has left at this point.
Perhaps we should save the magnum of green volcano juice for later. Just kind of move it aside.
As you're standing there hiccuping and all that, he just smiles. He's told you to hit the floor. Don't drink too much.
She kind of is kind of holding on to the bar. She's kind of still weaving. She goes, "I haven't hit it yet," and starts hiccuping again.
I'm going to pull out my data pad and click on a picture of Miss Utah and hold him up to the bartender. Ever seen this gal floating around here?
He leans over and looks at it and he says, well, I can't say I have seen her, but if I do and I see you again, I'll let you know.
Okay, and I'll give him a couple hundred credits also. Please do.
And Zara kind of just stops for a minute and goes, you can mention these two. Do not mention me.
He kind of eyes you warily for a moment. And he says, well, I can raise my price on mentioning you, but as I said, information sells around here.
It's Hugo. How much will it take to keep your mouth shut about me?
He just smiles. He says, well, you double what I've already made off you, and I'll keep my mouth shut. And so far, he's made approximately $1,800 off of you.
It should go think about it for a minute and realizes how much credit she actually has and says done and pulls out 3,600 and bam, slams on the counter. I was never here. You never saw me and we never had this discussion. And by the way, thanks for the bottle.
Not a problem. You three are always welcome here. Especially if you got the credits. I'd like somebody to make me a perceptions check real quick.
Just one, or is it like a group thing?
You can do it as a group, and whoever rolls it will get 2 boosts.
Oh, who's ever got? I have a green and a yellow. So if
Yeah.
anyone's better than
I got a
that.
green and a yellow too.
Yeah, we all got greens and yellows.
Oh.
All green and all yellow.
Do you have? Well, depend. How many do you have? I have just 1 green, 1 yellow.
Yeah,
So if
same.
anybody's better than that.
Oh, I have 2 yellow, 1 green.
Oh well, better you than me.
And you said
All right.
with 2 boosts?
Boosts.
Yes, with 2 boosts, and seeing as how you are the inebriated one, you still have a setback,
Okay, so I'll take off
along
one
with a
boost.
difficulty of 3.
3.
So
Okay,
3
yeah, I was
purple.
gonna say she's still a little out of it. Oh! Ho-ho!
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
all right. So you don't notice what I was going to tell you, but you do notice that the 3 clones have gotten up and left. And you can tell me what your triumph is. Nice little game changer.
she doesn't throw up.
she won't throw up. The triumph will be. Oh, I forgot to pull that up. Zara, noticing, notices that the clones left, but she notices that they left a data pad sitting there.
Ooh. Okay.
Damn, that almost
So-
killed Sean, man.
Just about. All right, so yeah, you guys notice that the clones have left and that there's a data pad there, but this has you completely distracted to the factor that the 4 Mandalorians have gotten up from their table, 2 of which are approaching you, and the other 2 have made their way to block the door. And as you are noticing this data pad sitting on the table, Echo notices the basilisk bartender. He gathers up his stuff and begins to head into the back room. And then you hear a voice that sounds sort of hollow and tinny that's coming over an external mic. Says, you 3 got a lot of credits to be waving around. Why don't we lighten your load?
If he gets close enough, like if he gets close enough, like if he engages with us, Echo's fear aura is gonna be up for him and his boys.
No, the 2 that 2 of them went to stand by the door. 2 of them do approach, but they're standing probably about 10 feet away. And when you guys turn around to see these guys, they are holding blaster carbines leveled. The 2 that are closest to you.
Mm.
Zara will just still be kind of doing this a little bit and going. Gentlemen, you have picked the worst day to be messing with me. And you can just see this anger just starting to build up inside of her. She's not having it today.
Well, as your anger begins to build and you say this to him, the one that was speaking, he says, "Now, I didn't say we couldn't be civil about this. Didn't say I wanted everything. Just said let's lighten your load a bit. Why don't you give us what you gave him, and we'll walk away and let you be."
Zara then just kind of lean back and go, "Now, why would we want to give you what we gave him? What's my motivation here?"
When Zara says that, Echo just clicks on the generator on his side, and as it begins to just hum with life, you hear the and see just the quick bubble flash on before it waves, into invisibility as he activates his deflector shield.
Okay, what does Darius do? Our usually calm and level-headed one.
I'm just looking over at both of them and just kind of smiling, and then looking back at them and just waiting. Oh, they picked two. They're just no. This should be interesting. And I'll just tell them, for your own sake, I'll just tell you this now. You might just want to move aside and just let us go. This won't work out so well for you. Just a warning.
All right, go ahead and because you roll a cool, but I'm going to give each of you a setback as this whole encounter here is a little bit startled. I don't want to. Yeah. So roll your cool with one setback as your difficulty, and that's it.
Okay.
You want Zara to have a second one because she's still a little tipsy, or?
Yes.
And I still succeed.
All right. So now let me. Where did my scratch paper? There it is. Where are theirs? Theirs is okay. All right. So come on, mouse. Work. All right. And all right, so we've got one NPC, then we've got PC, and then NPC, and NPC. Alright, so the one that's been doing the talking, he is sort of patting his blaster at Echo's comment of what makes us, or what's going to make us want to do this. And
that was Zara's comment.
Or Zara's comment, yeah. Not Echo, sorry. But the one standing next to him, he immediately fires at Zara for the comment of what's going to make us want to do this. And let's see, that is...
Is the two at the door?
No, the two that are standing up 10 feet from you. The two at the door, okay. They don't have weapons drawn at the moment.
Okay.
So let's see here. Where's that at? Okay. So they've got. And roll. Alright, so 2 success and a threat. So he hits, doing 10 points of stun damage.
Okay. And let's see. Defense, I would add in with my soak, right? For my armor?
Defense, is it ranged defense?
Yes.
Alright, how many points of ranged defense do you have? Because that adds
1.
setback to his roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 1.
Alright, so I'll re-roll that with setback in it. Haha!
Oh,
All right.
no, I like the other roll better.
I kind of like this one. So
I object.
overruled. So you take the 10 points of strain damage.
The strain?
And,
Okay.
Because he's just set on stun.
Okay.
But with your inebriation, that is enough to put you on your butt, and you're going to be out for a round. So I mean,
Alright.
you're not unconscious, but you're incapable of doing anything this round.
Okay.
You're just sort of sitting there, head lolling, just. And then we come to our 3 PC, well, 2 other PCs, and I believe Darius had the highest of the PC rolls, but it doesn't really matter. You guys can go in whichever order you choose.
How far away are the 2 at the door?
The 2 at the door are probably 25, 30 feet away.
Okay. All right. Let me see. What are the tables made out of here?
They look to be metal tables, probably also looking like pieces of dropship stuff. The whole place looks like everything in it has been refabricated out of old clone ships.
Are they loose? I mean, are they or bolted down or what?
No, they're just like a card table type thing, just set out there. You could easily flip one or whatever.
All right. The one that just shot Zara is right in front of us, right?
Yeah, he's about there. He's about 10 feet away from you.
I'm going to move over as if I'm moving to her, but instead I'm going to grab the one that shot her and throw him into the other one that's near him.
Okay.
Want to roll a brawl?
That would be a brawl check, and that's engaged, so that's going to be a 1 difficulty. But I'm going to give you 1, so it's 1 purple, but I'm going to give you 1 setback for having to get past the table and all that to get up to him.
Okay.
And okay, yeah. So you grab him and throw him into the other one, which knocks them both off balance. What do you want to do for your advantage?
I'm going to pull my gun out and point to the other 2. Get out.
Okay. The other 2, they don't leave, but they kind of just sort of nod to you, as in this is between you guys, sort of thing. Like they were standing there initially with hands near their weapons, but they take their hand away from their weapon and they just kind of cross their arms and lean up against the wall as they're just watching now.
All right, Echo will with this, he'll walk towards them, very slowly. You could, I'm supposing in the silence after the fall, you're hearing the of the power armor as he's walking, saying, "I've survived the Sith. I've killed a Hutt and slain a Jedi." And leaning over to the felled Mandalorians, he goes, "But I don't think I can say I have a Mandalorian in my collection." And that's just him using his Terrify.
Okay. So do you roll for that or do I?
I roll for that. What you would roll for is the fear as he.
Okay, yeah, that's right. The fear I roll.
Which is, if I remember correctly, three purple.
Yeah, for the fear is 3. I remembered that part. I just couldn't remember which one it was I rolled for.
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going on, and he'll actually spend the 2 points of strain for no difficulty.
It's still cheating.
So I'll put your stuff.
Ooh.
Let me go grab my book.
Okay.
They run screaming
Yeah.
from the cantina, leaving all their stuff behind.
Yeah, that's
Kind
a
of what
whole
I
lot of
was
stuff.
That-
What was that? What was that?
And I said, Brian said, and they run screaming, dropping their stuff. I said, it's along the lines of what I was thinking. With the Triumph in there, I mean.
Yeah, where the hell is my save spot? There we go. Oh golly. So yeah, that's enough to terrify all of them. The Triumph staggers. I guess he's one of them is actually frozen, can't move, and can't do anything. That's the one I'm talking to.
Okay. Is that the one that was talking or the one that fired?
I'm guessing the one that was talking.
Okay.
But both him and the one that fired, the two that were closest, they're
Yeah,
they're also immobilized.
All right. So Darius throws the one into the other, and they kind of topple towards a table. They don't actually hit the floor, but and then Echo comes stepping forward and uses his ability here, and both of them sort of like they're leaning back on the table, sort of thing, propping themselves up like they're going to stand up. And both of them, when this happens, like their hands like just slip off the edge of the table, and they wind up falling flat on their asses. And they don't say anything to you, but you can. The one who was speaking, his microphone or his external speaker is still on, and you can hear the sort of gasp and then the heavy sort of breathing of panic, and they're both just sort of froze, sitting on their backsides underneath a table that they've just fallen underneath of. And the two that are back against the door you can see that they sort of stiffen in place. And they're not making a move to leave. They're not making a move to get any closer. They're clearly just spectating, but even they are affected and a little frightened by Echo. and that lasts for how many rounds?
That would last for 1 round. I didn't get enough advantage to trigger a second round of that.
Okay. So that'll last through this coming round, and we're back at the top. So you've got a frozen in place NPC who is sitting on his butt underneath the table, the one that fired, and Zara is beginning to get her wits back about her, and it's the three PCs again.
All
So it's you
right.
guys again.
Zara will, after getting knocked about, now these Mandalorian that shot her just sobered her up. Big mistake. She gets up, gets her pistol, points it right at the one that shot her, points it at his head, and pulls the trigger.
Okay. I know it's technically not the way it should be, but I'm going to give you one difficulty on that one.
Oh.
And that one difficulty, because it's you're point blank.
Right.
But he's got the best car, and it doesn't matter a bit.
Hey.
So that your gun usually does what, 7 normally?
7 normal, yep.
All right, so that's let's see, 11. Tell me what your 2 advantage gets you.
Let's see. Zara. So did that take him out completely?
No, it did not.
Okay.
So.
Zara will, after shooting him, knowing that she didn't kill him, but she definitely rang his bell. Definitely rang his bell. Says, this is your last chance. Either you two and your buddies back there get the hell out of my sight, or me and my buddies here are going to end your life. Your choice. And I'm going to give a boost die to each, because I get 1 boost die for each advantage, right? If I remember right.
With 1 boost die, you can. Yeah. So yeah, you can add a boost die off to each one of them.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hand a boost die off to Echo and Darius.
Okay. So yeah, you stand up, put your pistol out, fire, and point blank range. I mean, his head just whips back, but you can see that it did, like the shot does put a hole in the helmet, but it's more like even though you were point blank, it kind of gives a glancing sort of tear rather than a hole where it would have shot straight through.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you pass a boost die off to Echo and Darius. Do you guys do anything, or do you let the threat stand as is?
I think after Zara said what she said, Echo will help the guy up who was talking.
Mm-hmm.
He'll actually help him up, prop him up, and say, she's giving you 1 chance. I'd take it. And then leave it at that.
Okay, Darius?
I look at the Mandalorian and say, it's good advice. You should follow it.
Okay. Well, then their terror is going to end just a moment early for the sake of story, and they both begin to well, the one that was already stood up helps the other one up, and they both sort of limp away, not necessarily injured, but sort of the lasting effect of the terror. They tails between their legs, they make for the door, and as they head out the door, the two that were standing at the door, they just sort of shake their heads and turn and follow them out.
And Zara will just kind of slowly make her way as they're walking out. Will make her way to the table where the three clones were sitting and grab that data pad that she saw. As she's still kind of looking their way as they're leaving, she's just kind of walking and then walks over to the table, grabs it, and takes it.
Okay. And you can see that it's still pulled up on the data pad is schematics for think of like box truck, but it's a hauler type of land speeder. So it's got engine specs pulled up on it.
I'm going to go to the door and see where the Mandalorians went. Just kind of watch to see where they go.
You can see them heading over towards another one of the ramshackle sort of buildings, and the two that went out last, I mean, they're still walking along behind them, just shaking their heads and gesturing to one another and pointing at the other guys in front of them. And the two that had the altercation with you guys, they keep looking back over their shoulders and just sort of supporting each other as they're heading out. And they did happen to leave their blaster carbines laying on the ground.
Oh, well.
Add it to our stockpile.
And you can see that these aren't completely stock carbines. One's got a scope on it that extends the range of it from long to extended, I believe. And yeah, not extended, but extreme. And the other one has a hardened case on it to where it will deal more damage, and a barrel splitter on it.
Ooh.
So it's more like a shotgun rather than a rifle.
Oh, cool. Good. New toys.
So who's taking those, Darius?
I'll take one. I mean, if you want to use one, or Echo wants to use one, or if you both want to use them, I can give you both because I've got a couple guns.
Well, I just meant as if we aren't going to use it, to carry it, so we can.
I'll carry them.
Don't use them all. We can sell them later along with our other weapon. Oh wait, no, that's right. Jacob stole those.
Yeah, I'll carry them.
Okay. I guess he didn't steal them. He actually paid us for it, so I guess I shouldn't get on him too much about that.
All right. So you guys have had your altercation with these guys, and
but before leaving, right? Does the bartender come back out right away, or?
I was just gonna say he kind of, hearing that everything has sort of died down, he comes stepping back out of the back room, and seeing the three of you still standing and unscathed and holding a couple of Mandalorian rifles, he just smiles and nods, and he says, "Yeah, you guys are welcome here anytime you want to come in." Says, you guys did all that. Says, you guys did all that and you didn't break nothing. Yep, you're welcome anytime you want to come.
And Zara, after picking up the data... Oh, go ahead, Nelson.
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, Zara, after picking up the data pad and She's walking back to the bar as Darius is picking up the weapons, and the bartender comes out and says what he says. She'll grab the bottle and only fill the glass about a quarter of the way this time. She's not going to take the whole thing this time. And she'll slam it down, or she'll slam down the drink, slam it down on the bar again, and goes, now you see why I said don't let her know I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll kind of give that cocky little grin. It'll better your life more than it'll save mine.
He kind of smiles at you, but at the same time giving you that doubtful sort of look, but nods and just kind of lets it be at that.
And she'll, after slamming down the drink, she'll grab the bottle because she paid for it, and she's going to take it with her wherever we're going next.
Okay. You were going to say something earlier there, Echo?
I was, but I think after that's a good time to leave.
All right. So you guys head out, having your information that this Vega had headed into the Nallis the Nallis Forest, which without having asked if the Nallis Forest was the closest wood to you or not, I'm going to guess you're probably assuming that it's the forest that's just probably another mile or so beyond the settlement. And you going on foot, or are you going to steal a speeder, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, we should probably get a speeder. So, yeah.
Is Nelson still there?
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're here.
Yeah, speeder would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, let's find
Okay.
a speeder.
Okay.
So we look for a speeder to
So
steal.
does Zara need to steal one again?
Probably.
Okay.
It would seem like it. So
All right.
there's 4 or 5 speeders that are sitting out and about here. A couple of them are like the haulers. They're the land speeder box truck sort of deals. And there's 2 bikes and a land speeder that looks similar to what you stole last time on Tatooine.
Zara, knowing that she can steal that kind of speeder and pretty handily, she's going to go ahead and steal that one that looks very familiar to her.
All right. Skullduggery with average 2 purple.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. 2 purple. Okay. And we're rolling. Oh.
Okay, so you don't manage to get it to start, but what do you manage to get it to do?
I don't get it to start, but I get it to. I accidentally open up a secret compartment that has something valuable hidden in it, and I will leave it up to the GM to decide what it was that was valuable in this hidden compartment.
Okay. Well, as luck would have it, this happens to be belong to a couple of those Mandalorians, and as you're messing with it, a little compartment in the dash pops open, and there's 2 thermal detonators sitting in there.
Yeah, well, I'll take those. And turn to Darius and Echo, going, well, this one's not gonna go like I wanted it to. She's saying it kind of quietly, so anybody that might be around won't be kind of getting wise to what she's planning, and she'll look to Echo and Darius and go, well, should we get one of these other ones then?
Well, you didn't roll any threats or anything, so you didn't do any damage to the vehicle. So you
okay,
just
so I can try it again?
You were just unable to get it to start.
Okay, well.
So you could try it again with the 2 purple and 1 setback this time.
Take a
destiny point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and do destiny instead. I'm gonna jump this up a little bit. Hey, it worked this time.
All right, this time it hums right up into life. And what kind of advantage do you pull from it?
In the process of getting it started up, I somehow triggered their customization to this speeder, which is makes it go a lot faster than its custom specs.
Okay. So yeah, this thing's got a hopped-up engine in it and whatnot, just like their blasters did. So yeah, its speed's increased drastically, almost double its factory speed. You cover the mile, which would have only taken 2 or 3 minutes normally. You cover that in about a minute, just going full out, pedal to the metal, full throttle the whole way. You get to the edge of the forest, and there is a sort of path cut into the trees that leads back into the forest. And you guys are zipping along this trail, and it just all of a sudden stops. And when it stops sudden and abruptly, like you're going around a bend in the path, and then all of a sudden it just stops. There's big ass redwood type trees that are in the way, and I want you to roll me a planetary piloting.
Oh, who was driving? Was it Echo? Was it Zara?
Whoever's driving.
I assumed I was driving because I stole it.
Sure. What I assume.
So.
But planetary piloting with 2 purple and a red.
Alright, let's see if we crash this bitch. No, we don't. Maybe.
No. You do manage to get stopped without running into the trees, but when you stop, the engines and all that shut down.
And they did. Okay, so they won't. Are they overheated, or they just stopped, and I can try to start it later if I need to?
You could try to start it later if you come back to it, but as you come screechlessly screeching to a halt, no wheels or anything to screech. I mean, you just it stops nearly on a dime.
Did we run into some kind of electromagnetic field or something that caused this thing to stop? Like a gravity well type of person, like some kind of weird little gravity well type thing that maybe was set up in this perimeter to kind of keep this area free of any kind of vehicles?
It just looks like the trail just stops. Like they were cutting the trail and they just stopped. So I mean, this forest is full of trees that are the size of redwoods. So I mean, it almost looks like Endor, and portions, because I mean there's massive trees, there's smaller normal trees, and all just mixed together. But here at the end of this trail are two big redwood type trees.
So we stopped.
Yeah, you guys he stops the thing before
Okay.
hitting the trees.
Okay, so it wasn't something that stopped us and shut off the engine.
No, it's just the engine shutting off is the result of the threat.
Cool. Okay.
Zara will just after that screeching, non-screeching stop will go. That was close, and kind of will hop out of the speeder and kind of give a look around to see where they'll go next.
All right, so you're gonna try and do some tracking, basically.
Well, kind of see where. Yeah, kind of tracking, kind of see where we might possibly go.
All right. Seems how you're deep in the forest here. I want a survival check, please.
Difficulty.
2 purple and 1 red, as it is pretty dark in here. The tree canopy is pretty thick, and it was bright sunshiny day when you were out, but it's like late dusk here inside the forest.
Oh.
All right. So straining to see where. Well, wait. No, Zabraks have low light vision, so you wouldn't be straining from that. But I'm gonna give that the 4 threats to you in strain as you're digging around through the underbrush and through all the stuff around here to try and find where somebody may have gone. And you do manage to find a set of humanoid tracks leading off into the forest from here.
Okay.
That seem to also run back down the trail the way you came. So it's not like somebody came up here, stopped a truck, got out, and then the truck's just gone.
So they walked off into the forest.
Yep. Coming from the same direction that you came
Okay.
from.
Zara will look at the Echo and Darius and say, I've got tracks over here.
I think Echo the entire time was just like looking at Zara like, what the hell is she doing? When she was like walking around doing her Survivor Man thing, looking for tracks. And the moment she says she has tracks, Echo just shrugs and starts following her.
All right.
Before we leave, one thing real quick. Before we leave, I'm going to look for some kind of like flashlight or some sort of light device, maybe inside the speeder.
Well, how is it that dark right now?
In case it gets that way, I thought I should probably have something. I don't. Echo probably has good eyesight even with the dark.
I've got a light on my armor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like late dusk. I mean, about the same sort of light level as when the street lights start coming on.
So yeah, I'll look for some kind of lighting source in if they had anything stored in their speeder.
Well, I won't make you roll for it, but you can, if you want to switch over another light side, I'll say you've got a light source already.
Sure. I probably should have one.
Oh, we gotta let
powers of the GM's manipulation off.
we gotta let Sean have a little fun too, you know.
Oh, it's coming.
I have a feeling.
Mhm. Okay, but let's see. You do find your tracks, and you get your flashlight light source along with Echo's headlamp or shoulder lamp or whatever on his armor, and you pulled, I was mistaken, you get 3 strain out of your 4 threats. I'm going to use one for something else here in just a moment. And as you're following these tracks, it sort of dawns on you after about 10 or 15 minutes of following them into the woods or further into the forest that these tracks are newer than a week old. And I would like for all of you, if you want, or you could do a group perceptions check.
Difficulty?
Let's see, what did I... 2 purple. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and spin that one dark side that he would have used to find, which never got flipped, my fault.
Are we going to do a group one, or should we just do them individually?
I'm down for the group one.
That's fine with me, because I have just a green and a yellow. And if I can add that to like a group one, and that helps.
Yeah.
Probably better.
Whoever rolls it will get a difficulty of 1 purple, 1 red, and you'll get 1 setback for the light, for it being sort of dusk, and 2 boosts for the help from the other 2 in the group.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
I got it, and here we go.
All right.
Cool.
So with them helping at standing still and being quiet and shutting off the power armor for a moment or whatever it is they do to help you be able to hear a little better, you're able to hear just up in front of you a bit. You're able to hear sort of the sound of crunching and tearing.
Oh, not good.
Uh,
Zara will kind of motion to stop and kind of bring them into, depending on if they're too far away, but to bring them into whispering distance. And as they get closer, go, there's something over there. You hear that?
yes.
What do you make of it?
Well, we're in the forest. Could be some creature.
If you want, Darius, you could make a xenology check to see if maybe you might recognize just whether or not it is an animal.
Okay.
So let's see, just trying to figure out if it is an animal. 1 purple.
Oh. A success.
All right. You get an advantage out of that one, and I'll give it to you in the factor that you're pretty sure that that's animal sounds rather than a person or a humanoid.
Okay. Well, it's some creature, and it sounds kind of large.
Zara will just kind of shake her head and she goes, "This is just not my day," and we'll have her pistol at the ready just in case.
Echo checks the switch for his shield generator and flicks that on.
Alrighty. So do you guys, with doing this, are you going to try and go around the sound, or are you just going to continue to walk forward into the sound.
Well, the tracks go right in the direction of the sound, right?
Yep.
She'll look over at Darius and Echo and go, well, what should we do, boys? Should we go straight on ahead and see what we're going to face, or should we try to go around this beast?
We're in their territory. Let's try and go around it. No need to have to, go after it or confront it if there's no need. I mean, if it confronts us, then yeah, but let's try and go around it.
Echo just draws one of the lightsaber hilts. Doesn't ignite it, but he's just silent about the whole thing.
Okay. That pretty much says what Echo thinks.
Echo's kind of impartial on the whole thing, but all right. She goes, Zara will go. Let's try to go around it and see what we can do. We'll be ready.
All right. Are you trying to go around quietly, or are you just trying to get around it?
Zara will take the lead, since how she is a nice master of stealth, and try to find a way around as best she can. So she'll take point and try to go around it.
Okay. The path of least resistance, as far as underbrush, does take you a little bit closer to it at first. Close enough that you can see that this is a young, yet still rather large Ackley, which if you know is the big green spike-footed thing that Obi-Wan fights in Return of the
Obi-Wan can
Clone Wars.
Is it the thing that he cut the legs off or the arms off or something?
Yep.
It's got kind of a big neck. Okay.
Yeah, the big thing he fights on Geonosis in the arena.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not quite as large as that one, but it's still large enough to be larger than all of you guys.
Okay.
And you can see that it's as you're trying to stealthily crunch around, which is going to get you a difficulty of 2 purple and 1 red. That it's got one of its front legs of its 6 in total is shoved through this Bothan, has it pinned to the ground. It's got the one leg shoved through the chest of it, and it's chewing and crunching on what looks like it could have been a limb at one point in time.
Alright. I'm going to roll my stealth check.
Golly.
Oh, jeez, yeah. You easily make it around this thing, but you pick up 3 strain from the factor that you're having to try and keep this massive power-armored Athorian good and quiet, and in order to get a nice quiet path for him, you had to get so close to this thing.
I'm glad you only gave me 3 strain on that last round, because 1 more strain and I'm out cold.
Well, knowing that, you're going to start picking up some setbacks there, buddy.
When it hits up to max, or?
Well, you've got 1 strain left.
1 strain left, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to start picking up setbacks on just about anything you do, because you're to the point where you're ready to just collapse from all the strain.
Okay.
Sorry, but you guys do manage to make it around quietly. The thing does look your way a couple of times, but it doesn't look directly at any of you. It seems to be pretty occupied by its meal. And you continue, or what do you do? I mean, you get around it, and that's obviously where the tracks that you were initially going to, but it's not a clearing. So it's obviously not anybody you were looking for.
Right. Well, can we
So
we pick back up the tracks again?
you can make another survival check to see if you can find the tracks again. That was 2 purple, a red, and a setback.
Yep. 2 purple, a red, and a setback. It's not my. I may not get this back. Nope. Oh no.
You, in the rummaging around to try and find these tracks, you wind up making quite a bit of noise, and you can hear something moving rather quickly in your direction through the trees.
Oh. And Zara starting to hear the noise and not being able to find the tracks will just sit there and say, I have a bad feeling about this.
And just moments later, the Ackley comes bursting through the trees. And who was in the rear?
I think Echo would have been bringing up the rear.
All right. So I've got a roll for the fear aura that you put off, which is versus
discipline.
3 purple discipline. Discipline is willpower, so that's. And I'm going to spend a dark side to boost his versus 3 purples and roll. It fails its fear check against you, but as it fails its fear check, it doesn't just stop. It continues to run, and it actually picks up speed and just like bowls through the 3 of you. And Echo, being the closest one, actually gets. Let's see. You won't get much damage, if anything, because you'll probably soak it all. But
I also have defense 3 currently.
Okay. But let's see. That's 4 of these. That. And let's see, it's got so difficulty would be 2. And you had a defense of what? 3?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's 3 setbacks. Alright. As it comes running through, it like nails you with one of its front legs to shove you off to the side as he's bowling through here. And let's see, that would be let's see, that would be see, I'll cut that in half because it's not an actual attack. So that would have been 5 damage.
Yeah,
flung to the side, which, like I said, you probably soak up.
Yeah.
But he's going to do that to each of you. So that is Now, Darius's turn. Do you have any defense or anything that's going to give me added difficulty? Or do you want to use a light side to give me added difficulty for him to fling you off to the side to get you out of his way as he runs?
Let's see. What would I use for a defense? Like to jump out of the way or something?
Well, you could narrate attempting to jump out of the way. That I would say that would give me a setback. Seeing as how you do have that extra split second to try and react with being the second one in line.
I couldn't fire on it.
You could attempt to fire on it, but that might cause it to change its mind instead of running.
Okay. If it's scared, it's probably better to have it run off. So all right. So what's I'm trying to think. What can I? Maybe with an athletics check to jump out of the way.
Okay, yeah, you can make an athletics check to jump out of the way. With the speed it's moving, I'm going to say it's going to be a hard one. So 3 purple.
And you know what? I'm going to use the light side die. Can I do that? Is
Yes,
that
you may.
Okay. You roll that, right?
I'll click it off. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So you pick up 3 strain for the fear of getting trampled by this thing and maybe impaled, but you are easily able to dive out of the way without getting hit. Zara, I'll give you the same if you want to try and dive out of the way.
Yeah, she'll make an attempt to dive out of the way.
Having that split second extra to jump.
Okay. Oh no, she doesn't. Nope.
All right.
But I do just to remember, I do have defensive 1 on melee too, so I don't know if that'll help on my armor.
Yep, that'll give a setback for. All right, it does not hit you, but as you attempt to jump out of the way, you manage to get missed by its leg as it's swinging them around, running through you guys. But see, for its advantage. I'm just going to save that one and say that the next time you do anything, you're going to have a setback. Well, that'd be 2 because of your threat that you rolled. So, yeah, the next time you do anything, you'll have 2 setbacks. But you do manage to just move just enough to not get nailed by its leg as it goes tearing off into the forest in front of you, just being completely scared crapless from the fear aura that Echo puts off. Echo comes in handy again.
Yes.
And I'm also going to say that as it goes tearing off, you and the woods, the forest all of a sudden gets good and quiet. You can hear the rustling of other animals and whatnot in the trees around you, but you can also hear voices in the distance.
Okay. Zara, after almost getting run over and knocked about and just having one terrible day, after it quiets down, she finally hears some noise, some activity, some people talking, and kind of brightens up a little bit because maybe things are going to start going her way now. So she'll kind of motion to Echo and Darius and kind of point to say, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah. Does that sound like someone's having some kind of conversation somewhere ahead of us or something?
Yeah, you can hear multiple voices. You can't make out what's being said, but you can hear that there's at least 2 or 3 people talking.
Should we do some recon, or do we all want to move forward?
Zara will kind of just sit down for a moment because the strain's really starting to get to her, and she's getting a little worn out. We'll just say, it doesn't matter to me, but we need to get somewhere and find some rest. I'm wearing out. I'm frazzled. So we need to figure out what we're going to do next. She'll just kind of think and goes, well, if one of you guys want to sneak off and look to see what's going on, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll follow you guys.
Why don't you rest here? Yeah, and one of us will go. Who's got the best stealth between Echo? I mean, I'm sure Echo. Please, I'm sure it's much better than
while Darius is contemplating stealth, he can hear the crackle and whir of the deflector. The clicking of gears and servos as Echo is just turning his head and mustering about.
All right, you stay here. I'll go. All right. You rest. Drink or eat something you've got that will help get your energy back if you got anything. And okay. I will attempt to stealth up to it, and because of what my stealth is, I will definitely be using a light side die.
All right. For this, you'll just have average difficulty at the moment.
Which is 1 or 2?
2. 2 per.
Okay.
And you said you're using a light side, so I'll click that off. All right. You do manage to pick up a point of strain as you're not used to doing this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But as you make your way forward, you are toward the voices. You come across another trail that's cut into the forest that is obviously wide enough for a vehicle to make its way down it. And as you follow that down, you come to a rather large clearing, and you can see a hauler type of flatbed truck, speeder, that has got all sorts of crates on the back of it. And you can see a firefly, or not, fire spray, not firefly.
Skip spray.
You can see a fire spray, and you can see a blue-skinned Chiss male standing, speaking with 2 Mandalorians. And you can see 2 more Mandalorians that are taking crates off of the fire spray. Well, not crates, but cages off of the fire spray. And for every cage they take off, they take a crate off the truck and put it on to the fire spray.
Do these Mandalorians look like the 4 that we ran into earlier?
So make me a perceptions check. with average difficulty. Well, no, one difficulty because it's still mid-afternoon and they're in the clearing, bright daylight, and all that.
Okay.
All right. You can tell that it's the same. The armor's got and the same style and whatnot, and same color scheme, but the size of these guys is different than the size of the ones that you met earlier.
Okay. So I'm going to watch them and see, just kind of keep watching and see what they're doing. So they're just loading off of one and loading onto the ship, and
Yeah, basically switching cargo or making their drop or trade or whatever you want to call it.
all right.
And
gonna-
okay, go for it.
I'm going to then, watching them and kind of realizing what's going on, I'm going to go back to the others. To Echo and Zara. Well,
Okay. Between with the amount of time that's passed between you sneaking your way up to it, sitting and watching what's going on, and getting back to them, about 20 to 25 minutes has passed. So I'm going to say, Zara, you've rested enough that you can recoup 6 strain.
Thank you. All right.
You're still feeling fairly tired and fairly
Beat up.
beat up and worn out, but you're feeling quite a bit better and quite a bit rested compared to when Darius first left. And Darius comes walking back to where you guys were at with news.
well, we found our Chith. He's down this way, and he's got 4 Mandalorian pals helping him load some crates onto their blast boat, and they're taking off some cages for him. So there's some kind of trade going on here. But we found it.
Zara will ask Darius, was it the same bunch of assholes that tried to rob us?
Well, the armor looked familiar, but these guys were a little bigger.
And she'll kind of nod her head and goes, okay, so do we want to wait until these guys leave and try to take this guy, or do you want to try to take them while they're still here?
Well, we might want to do this ASAP because I don't know if they're taking the crates that I think is the stuff we need to get, and I think it's going onto the ship. So we should probably that's what it looked like, correct? That was Sean.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, it looks like the stuff that we need is going to go onto the blast boat. Blast boat, is it fire spray or no? Just the fire spray. Fire spray. Going onto the fire spray, and we need to get that stuff because they may take off.
And okay, and hearing all that, and she'll look at Echo and goes, Echo, are you ready?
He just nods.
All right.
He's always ready.
All right, so she'll pull out her pistol and say, well, let's go get it. Let's go get this stuff. Let's go get this
Remember,
guy.
we have the rifle too. They're nice big carbines. In case we need them.
Yeah, she'll kind of smile at Darius and go, you hold on to those, you use them. I can't get away from my nice pistol, and I'm sure Echo likes his lightsabers.
Actually, Echo will reach a hand out, because these things have all the markings of the guys, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will give you one.
Yeah, he'll get one, but he's holding it like if he's just holding something. He's not holding it or handling it like a rifle.
Okay.
He just kind of holds it in his hand.
Okay. So Darius shows you the direction to get to where you're going and shows you how to get there. And you guys can see that when you get there, the repulsor truck or the speeder truck, the flatbed that he's using, is mostly loaded down with cages, and that most of the actual crate type of boxes are gone. There's only 4 or 5 actual crates still on it. The fire spray is still there, and you can see the blue skin Chiss male standing there still talking with 2 of these Mandalorians, while the other 2 are still going back and forth. Every time they come off the fire spray, they're carrying a cage. They set it on the truck, they grab a crate, and head back to the fire spray.
What's the game plan, boys?
Let's take out the engines on the fire spray so it doesn't move. Because they can take off fairly quick.
And Zara just kind of thinks for a moment, how are we going to take out the engines on this thing? And remembers,
oh,
I've got those thermal detonators.
Well, if you're up to it and can stealth over to it,
she goes,
you plant one on it.
She goes, okay, I'll take care of the engines.
Ooh, be careful, though. We don't want to blow the ship up with the stuff in it.
Right, I'll try to set it up to where it just knocks out their engines.
How powerful are these thermal detonators, though?
Thermal detonators are pretty bad. They do like 20 damage and have a blast of, I think, 10.
Okay, maybe we need to find something a little less volatile to take out the engines.
Well, one would definitely take out an engine. That's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't want to destroy the ship or part of the, and we have to get the stuff, right?
Well, it prefers that you would get the stuff, but definitely have to get the Chiss to make an example.
All right. Okay. So, all right. I was trying to think if we needed to bring the stuff back to.
In the scene, how does the scene look? The fire spray is somewhere, right?
Well, you come across a large clearing that is probably a 60 by like 40 oval type of clearing in this forest. Trees that are 30, 40, 50 feet tall. Some of these trees are probably 15, 20 feet around. There's a flatbed repulsor truck parked in this clearing. There's a fire spray sitting there with its ramp and everything aimed towards the back of this truck. They're probably 20 feet apart. And the Chiss and 2 of the Mandalorians are standing by the flatbed of the truck on this side closest to you guys. And the other 2 Mandalorians keep coming and going out of the fire spray down to the truck and back. They're making a trip back and forth about every minute and a half. Carrying cages off the ship and then crates from the truck back onto the ship.
So Zardo, okay, so I've got the engines and the fire spray taken care of. What are you 2 going to do?
I'm going to take out to do the same to the should we do that? Should we take out the speeder truck?
Well, if you
Zardo
take out the
shake her head going, no, we'll need to get the hell out of here as fast as we can. We're going to use that thing to get out of here.
All right. Although it's loaded down with those cages, if we want to get the stuff. Well, do you want to get the other stuff? Or does it matter?
If we have the opportunity, we'll grab it. If we don't, we'll just get the hell out of here.
But we do need to get Dude. So, all right. So why don't you do that, and Echo, why don't you and I try and go and find our blue-skinned friend along with his Mandalorian pals.
Well, he's the blue skin dude. The chiss is right out there in the open, right?
Yeah, they're
Oh, he's right there.
him and the two Mandalorians are right out in the open.
Yeah, we found him.
On
There
this
were
side
4
of the
though
rock.
Mandalorians, right?
Yeah,
Right,
but
there's-
he's only standing there talking to 2 of them.
All
The
right, so
other
there's
2
more somewhere.
The other 2, about every minute and a half, are walking out of
Ah, they're in the
fire
ship.
spray
Okay.
and going to the truck and then back to
All
the
right.
fire spray.
Okay.
I'll time the explosion to try to go off when those 2 are in the fire spray. Maybe knock them about and hold them up for a bit.
Sure.
And Zara will go, all right, you guys know what you gotta do. I gotta go do what I gotta do. And she
All right.
will head along the kind of the tree line to make her way to where they can't see her and approach the ship, because I know it's all out in the open. So
Okay, are you guys going to wait to start your action until she's got her bit done? I just want to know so I know who to have who's.
Well, we should get
scenario
ourselves
to do
into
first.
position though. So yeah, let her go and do her diversion, but let us get into position. So we'll move up into the tree line also. That's close, so we can get at least a good. We can be, kind of partially covered, but we're close enough that we can.
All right.
Make our
Well, if you're
moves.
not leaving the tree line and going out into the opening, that'll be an easy stealth. So your stealth versus 1 purple for each of you.
Okay.
Well, not you, Chris. Okay. All right. So both of you are capable of getting into position without being noticed. Like Darius easily, without the armor, easily makes very little noise and gets over there. Echo, he makes a little bit of noise, and one of the Mandalorians actually looks in you guys' direction, but doesn't see anybody.
It's just the ship making sounds.
So you 2 are in position and waiting now for Zara. Zara, you making your way around the edge of the trees and then out into the open to get close enough to the ship. Are going to have a stealth check of 1 purple, 2 red.
well, then I'm gonna throw a destiny to make it 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. You do pick up a strain again from the fear of being seen out in the open, but you are capable of getting up to the engines of this fire spray without being noticed.
All right.
Now, I want you to make a hard. I'm going to spend. Well, no, I'll save that. Just a standard hard 3 purple mechanics check to see if you're able to get that thermal detonator put in there to where you don't destroy it, to where you don't just blow up the ship.
Okay. Ooh. Fingers crossed, boys. Oh.
All right. 2 failures. Let's see. You get the thermal detonator placed, but it's got a faulty timer on it. So instead of having the full 30 seconds that you should have for its full time, you're only going to have about 10 seconds to get away from this thing.
Oh crap.
What
Run!
what advantage do you pull?
Noticing that that this thing is gonna go off pretty quick. She's gonna, as she's hauling ass to get away from this thing, she's just gonna make a whole bunch of hooting and hollering to try to get these guys' distraction or attention looking at her as she's running towards the forest. And she's just going, whoo!
All right. So one advantage is being used to recognize that this thing's ticking down time a lot faster than it should.
Mm-hmm.
And the other advantage you're going to use to make sure that the Mandalorians and the Chiss notice you as you're running away from the fire spray.
Right.
All right. Not a problem. Now, I want you to make an athletics check. And
Okay.
it's going to be 2 purple and 1 red in order to be able to get far enough away from this thing before the ship blows.
Keeping the fingers crossed. Oh, I do.
All right, you get far enough away that when this thing explodes, I mean, it's a hell of an explosion. And you got your thermal detonator explosion, just boom, and then come into factor a secondary and a third explosions that ripple through the ship. And when the third one explosion goes, you're far enough away that you don't take any damage from it, but it's like the action movies where all of a sudden you get flung forward into the trees, into the tree line. And you're going to take 2 points of strain from getting flung through the air and the whole stress of the situation. But the 2 Mandalorians that are inside the ship, you're going to guess, all 3 of you would likely guess from the explosions that have just gone off, are likely either extremely shook up or dead. The 2 Mandalorians and the Chiss outside are flung probably 10 or 15 feet. And one of the Mandalorians doesn't move again. He doesn't get up. But the Chiss and one of the Mandalorians, they manage to begin to start sitting up. The truck, it rocks and slides forward, and some of the crates that are on the back, the cages that are on the back of it, go flying. A couple of them are even just incinerated there on the back of the truck from the explosion. And when the couple of crates go flying, when they hit the ground, or the cages, when they hit the ground, you see these red, long, 6-legged lizards that look kind of like iguanas, but with a longer face. Or they're the size of like iguanas, but they've got the longer face, more like a Komodo dragon.
Salamiri?
You'd have to make a xenology check to be able to figure that out.
Okay.
But they are red, leathery skinned. And let's see, what did I write down for this one? That's a hard. So I'm going to give you 3 purple, and due to the whole stress and all that of the explosions, I'm going to add a setback to it. So it's 3 purple, 1 setback.
That's just,
All right, so you pull 2 strain trying to figure out, racking your brain. You know you've seen these things or heard it before, but you just with everything going on, you just cannot think of what they are. Echo, if you'd like to try and figure out or even notice if you even notice the things, you can. Yeah, there's 4 of the cages that when they go flying, they crack open, and these red lizards go scurrying off into the woods. But there's still probably another dozen cages on the truck that are still intact, along with probably another half a dozen crates that were being taken off of the truck.
I think it is at first available opportunity. Echo is going to charge after the Chiss.
Okay. Well, we can go ahead and roll cool if that's what you want to do, because that's pretty much what we're at now. You've had your distraction, and now it's you guys' turn to pull out your portion of it. And I'm gonna do vigilance for them. So that is still alright. So let's see. So that's 3 of that. Get rid of the setback there. And that's the Mandalorian. And then the chest. Alright. So between you guys, it is nice freaking triumph. Alright, so that's PC, and then the 2 bad guys. And Zara, go ahead and roll your cool also, so you can join in when you're ready. And alright, so that's alright, yeah. So that's all 3 PCs before them. Alright, so you guys can decide what order you go in, and it doesn't have to stick that way through the entire encounter, as you already know that.
Echo was already going to go, so if he wants to go first, by all means.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna go and cut the Chiss in half.
Oh, did we need him alive, though?
It wasn't stated that you needed him alive. It was just stated that he needed to be made
An
an example of.
Ah, well.
So you could kill him if you want and figure out later how to make his corpse an example.
That's at Echo's discretion.
Yeah, but I'm charging at him.
Indulge yourself.
Yes, and you know, mid swing with the hilt, the saber would ignite, and that's what I'm using to attack him with.
Okay. So that's going to be.
Oh, and also while I engage with him, if any of the Mandalorians outside are close enough, the fear aura is constantly going.
Okay, and that's force based, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, no, not the fearsome.
Okay. I was gonna say if that's force based, that's not gonna work. Because even though Darius wasn't able to remember, Brian was correct.
Those miserable lizards.
All right, so go ahead and roll your fearsome.
Oh, you roll that.
Or I roll that one with the 3.
I rolled a
difficulty.
terrify.
Yeah. Get too many fear things, man. All right, so we'll go ahead and do both of them. So first we'll do the Mandalorians, which they do have disciplines. So. And that's 3 purple, right?
Yeah.
All right. Mandalorians are not affected, or the Mandalorian. And just let's see, put that down there. He, however, is, as this lightsaber-wielding Ithorian with power armor comes stomping out of the trees, charging at him. He is affected by the fear.
Let's see if he's affected by the lightsaber.
All right.
Yeah, he's affected by the lightsaber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right.
Oops.
Roll for critical.
Oh.
And lightsaber has vicious 1, so I add 10 to that. So that's 91. At the brink, the target suffers 1 strain each time he performs any action. All right.
Ouch.
And the damage dealt is +2.
Wait, +2?
Yep, because of the one success, or +3 because the triumph.
Yeah, the
is
triumph counts as a
also.
success. So it's 9 with a breach of 1.
9 with the breach of 1, so he gets all 9 of that. And so that leaves him with. All right. You deal a pretty vicious wound to him, but not lethal.
That's cool. Echo is just kind of quiet right now.
Okay, so you charge up to him, attack, and Darius.
I'm going to also make a charge towards the 2 Mandalorians on the ground. I've got the carbine out, and I want to fire at them as I'm charging at them to take them out.
Okay.
So I guess one at a time.
Do you start firing right away as you break out of the trees, or do you wait till you're about halfway there?
I'm not quite sure what the range is on
You're
these.
at they're long range.
Oh, they're long range. All right.
But you're at medium range when you first come out of the woods, and it's short if you were about halfway.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a. Let me come out, and I'll start firing this one.
All right. So that's gonna be the 2 purple and 1 setback as you're charging along with the bouncing of the rifle as you're running.
Are these heavy or light?
Heavy.
Okay. And you said how much was the?
2 purple and 1 setback. 1 black.
Ooh, okay. And I'm gonna. I think I'll add a light side die
Okay.
to this. So let's see. Okay, I've got it right. A nil?
Wow.
Oh.
All right. So.
Hit the wall.
You're charging out there, firing, and you're just peppering the ground all around the Mandalorian who's in the process of trying to stand up.
Okay.
And Zara.
All right, so after getting up from the explosion that just happened and noticing that her partners have charged after the Mandalorian, and she's gonna get up and start running as fast as she can to get within distance of shooting the Mandalorian.
Okay.
Or try to anyway. I don't know how far it is
Well,
from.
you see, with one maneuver, you could get within medium range of them.
Okay. Let's see. Make sure my weapon can reach that. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll move within medium range and take a shot at the Mandalorian.
Okay, so charging in, firing, it's going to be the same difficulty for you. Actually, no, I'm going to, because you have to charge past the burning wreckage of this ship, I'm going to spend a dark side, and I'm going to make that one purple, one red, and the one setback. The red representing the heat and smoke and all that from the ship, and the black one representing the jarring of your charging and running in.
Roll. Ooh! Got him!
Oh, gee, nice. All right, so that's 7 plus. Sorry, so that's 9 damage. So that's. Alright, so that is... Alright. You hit him, but much like the Mandalorian back inside the blind Rancor, the shot seems to glance off of him for the most part.
Okay.
So his armor soaks up most of it.
Alright,
And that would fall around to them. The Chiss, being frightened, he gets a setback for anything he does. Correct, Nelson? Along with
Yeah.
along with a point of strain for anything that he does, which turns into. So I would actually drop him down to that. Alright. He is going to. Oh, wait a minute. He pulls. As he's sitting on the ground, and you've just sliced through him, he reaches and pulls, or as you're slicing at him, he doesn't get his sword pulled fast enough, but he does have a cortosis blade that he pulls and swings at you. Which, let's see, that's going to be 2 plus a setback.
I also have a defense 3.
Plus you've got the defense 3, so that's that. That's one of those. He gets 2 of those. And then and he gets a triumph. So a successful hit that is in turn a critical. I'm going to have you roll to see what kind of critical you let past.
Well, I don't know. He has to deal damage.
And he gets a vicious of 3. And the thing deals 8 damage.
So I take 3 of that.
Pierce. What is Pierce? I don't remember. Leave cup. Pierce ignores number of points of soak equal to rate. Alright, so he has a Pierce 2, so you would, it's 2 of your soak don't count.
My armor is Cortosis. I'm immune to pierce and breach.
Ah, okay. That's right. Alright, so yeah, you take actually 3 points from it. You roll a 61, and he has a vicious 3, so that adds 30 to it, which is 91. You as well have a setback added for any action you take this encounter.
Alright.
So I'm gonna say like he catches you across the forearm as like right in the joint of your elbow in the forearm, so at the weak point. As he pulls this thing off his back and you're slicing through him, he kind of just does this little fancy flip deal with the blade in his hand to try and get it around to better defending, and in doing so slices into the joint between your elbow and bicep.
Yikes.
And the Mandalorian, he's going to go ahead and stand up, and he'll take 2 strain to also pull out a Vibrasword, and he attacks you as well because you are the closest one there at the moment. So that is, let's see, again, that's that. Two. And you've got 3 defense, so same roll. 2 successes, so that's another 8, so that's 9 points of damage.
Golly.
Which his only has a...
Oh wait, that's no, damn.
Yeah, you still soak some of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that when he attacks you, he catches you at the weak point between your abdomen and your your legs, your waist. So like he steps up, pulls his sword, and as he's standing and pulling his sword, he kind of takes a half step forward sort of thing and like steps into a baseball swing sort of style and catches you right in the hip.
All right.
And that brings us back around to the top. So 3 PCs get to go. You can keep your order or change it up however you see fit.
Nelson, if you want to go ahead, because I know you're taking the most damage right now.
All right. So, what you call's going to do is going to drop the gun he was holding and pull the second lightsaber.
Okay.
And he's gonna wail continually on the chest. And I'm gonna spend a destiny. All right. Got a setback.
Oh, good.
So I have a success and deal 9 damage, but I get a set threat.
9 damage to him again. All right. Well, he's not dead yet, but he is very, very close. So you again hack into him, and let's see, you're and you take a point of strain for your action.
I take a point. I thought I had to do the setback.
Let's see, 91. Now, for let's see, at the brink, its target suffers 1 point of strain for each time he performs an action.
So I don't get. Do I get a setback every time I do an action as well?
No.
Okay, so I didn't need to roll that setback then.
Oh, whoops.
That's what I thought you said.
No, it's a point of strain for it.
All right, cool.
You can re-roll if you like.
No, that's right.
Okay. So now it comes back around to either Darius or Zara.
How close am I to him? To the Mandalorian who's attacking Echo?
Roughly about 20 feet.
All right, I want to use.
You'll be able to make it up to him with this with this movement.
I was gonna, if I can do it using, if I can do something with my athletics to try and get to him without him trying to get to me first, and then
Go ahead.
And then when I get to him, I want to use the carbine as a like a bat and hit him and knock him down.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's your turn at the moment. He's concentrating on Echo.
Okay.
So you don't have to do anything, any roll with athletics or anything. You're able to just continue your run, your charge up to him, and make a melee attack to use the rifle as a bat.
All right. And do I get any setback or any?
No setback on it, but it's going to be 2 purple.
Okay.
So an average difficulty.
Okay.
All right. So it's your brawn plus 2.
So I roll my brawn?
No, for what is your brawn?
Oh, it's 4.
All right, so 4. Well, I should have known that melee's a brawn attack. So 4 plus 2, so you deal 6 points of damage to him.
I'm going to knock him down.
His armor soaks up quite a bit of it, but you are capable, with your advantage, of knocking him on his ass.
That's what I wanted to do. I know that one was tough.
So, yeah, you come running up alongside of him and clock him right upside his head, and it just sends him sprawling. Zara.
All right, Zara's gonna move within short range of the Mandalorian and take another shot.
Okay.
Is that other one still just laying there?
Yeah, he has not moved yet.
Okay.
So that's what, 1, 2 purple?
2 purple, but you're going to be trying from the angle you're coming at and the angle that you're going to be trying to shoot between your partners.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that's actually going to be 1 purple, 1 red.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Nice.
Bam.
All right, so that's 7 points plus 1, so that's 8. Plus roll for critical, and tell me what you get out of your advantage, and narrate your triumph.
All right, so roll my critical. And you can add 10 to that one, so that's a 97 because I've got lethal blows.
All right. Yeah, it's crippled. One of the target's limbs selected by the GM is crippled until healed or replaced. Increased difficulty of all checks that require the use of the... Well, I'm going to let you choose what's crippled because you're the one firing.
His head.
Yeah, I'm gonna as Zara's approaches closer and sees that Echo got a nice little chunk taken to his abdomen. Zara is gonna think for a split second that maybe she should take out that arm, and then she'll think, nah, you know what? Let's go with the tried and true and hit him right in the head. So she's gonna. Or wait, it's a limb, isn't it?
Yep.
It says on
It does say limb.
the. Well, we'll take out his arm. So she'll take that shot and blow the crap out of his arm. And the advantage will be a boost dice to Echo's next roll, because he's going to definitely need it. And the triumph will be that when not only does she mangle his arm up to where he can't use it, it also knocks his sword out of his hand.
Okay.
So if he even wants to try to get to it, he'll actually have to get to it, once he uses it again.
All right. So not only does it knock it out of his hand, but it knocks it away from him.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, you catch him in the upper bicep with and manage to catch right at the edge of the armor, to where your blast shreds right into some tendons and muscle, and his arm goes flying out to the side. The sword goes flying off about 10 feet and actually sticks in the ground. And his right arm is just sort of hanging limp at his side while he's attempting to sit up off of the ground after being knocked upside his bucket with blaster carbine. And that comes around to them. And the Chiss, laying on the ground, he goes ahead and he gets up for his movement, or for his or for his maneuver, not movement, but and that gives him a strain, or that's for his action. He's going to again swing at Echo, but I'm going to spend a dark side to boost that all the way up, and so
you're missing a setback.
Oh, I am. Okay, reroll.
You should just roll the setback independently.
Oh, that's
No, I like this one better.
So Echo is saved. He misses, and he misses so bad that with the wounds that he's gotten, that he puts everything he has into this, and he misses, and he is incapable of keeping his balance, and looks like a drunk guy swinging away with a bat. I mean, he swings and spins and falls over, back to being prone on the ground. And our Mandalorian friend, still sitting on the ground, uses his maneuver to draw his his heavy blaster pistol that he's got, and fires at Darius standing over the top of him, which is... Alright, so we take that away, that there, take off all the setbacks, all but one, and he hits, also incurring 2 points of strain, which translates to that. His drops down to that. So that's, let's see, that's 7 points. That's 7 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
So he catches Darius right along the sort of a glancing shot along the rib cage. And that brings us back around to the top.
You know what? I think one good last flurry from Echo is going to ensue. So, what is that? I'll spend a light side.
Damn you! You said it before I could.
And there was a boost die passed my way, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I'll put that. And you know, he flourishes with his lightsabers with very very little finesse, but yeah, with very little finesse at all. Just no finesse. It's more like he's waving you in for a landing.
Swinging as he's falling out of your path of the blades. But what type of advantage do you get from it?
I'm thinking that whoever's next to go will pass that boost as they're falling away and keeping away from these lightsabers, and their attention is more on these burning blades than anything else in these moments.
All right. So Zara or Darius?
All right. This one who just shot me. I want to jump. He's sitting up, correct?
Yes.
I want to jump on him. Well, not really jump, but like step on him. 1 foot on his chest, one on his arm that has his gun, and
Okay.
I want to use the blaster carbine point blank at his head. If I can do that.
All right. That's going to be 1 purple and 1 red. The red to represent the factor that he is trying to squirm underneath you.
Okay.
And 1 setback as you're trying to keep your balance. So 1
Okay.
purple, 1 red, 1 black.
All right. And no. This, and then there's a blue die, correct?
Yes.
And I would like to use a. Can I also use a destiny thing?
No, I used 1 to give you the red.
Okay. So let's see what this does. Oh.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. That would be 9, 10 points of damage. plus, let's see. You can just narrate whatever type of triumph you want because you place this thing right on the visor, right square in the T of the visor, and bypassing the actual armor of the helmet and just blasting through the plastoid plastic visor and leaving his gray matter all over the ground or all over the inside of his helmet.
Well, that pretty much was what I was hoping I could say. So, kind of steps up, stomps down on one, stomps on the chest, no expression on his face, just points it down in his head. Boom.
Okay. He's toast. And Zara?
Zara is within short range of the Chiss, right?
Yes. They
Okay.
were pretty much side by side.
All right, Zara's going to take a shot and hopefully finish this Chiss off. So difficulty of 2, right?
Uh,
At short range.
one purple, one red, because I'm spitting. Because you've got to try and shoot past Echo.
Okay.
Oh.
Gotta love having a marksman.
Yeah.
So that's 9 points of damage, correct?
Yes.
Which, tell me how you kill this Chiss.
As the Chiss.
Or Echo.
Before Echo, yeah. As the Chiss is stammering around trying to save what little moments left of his life are left, Zara will just casually, as she always does, aims for the head and takes her shot, and as always, right on mark, right between the eyes, and just puts him down. He just kind of sits there as the blast goes right between his eyes. He kind of looks kind of upward and slowly just.
All right. And do you guys want to inspect the area or anything, or inspect them?
I want to go over to that other one and put the blaster, the carbine, to his head too, and do the same thing, just to make sure.
All
Take
right,
off the helmet first.
Oh, okay. Take the helmet off first. I'll hand it over to Zara.
All right. And upon inspection, he is alive, just unconscious.
Oh, well, now he's dead.
And yes, now he is dead.
All right, so let's take as much as we can and get it on this truck. We'll leave the creatures here. Let's take whatever other things, unless you want to take them.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't have access to the Force right now, right?
You do not. These are, upon closer inspection by Darius and in the heat of the moment's over, he is able to determine that these are Salamiri, which are known for their force neutralizing ability. And when you get a large quantity of these creatures together, the area that they neutralize grows. And there's a little over a dozen of them that are on the flatbed of the truck. I'd say there's probably 15 or 16 of them.
Well, they could be worth a pretty penny, but they're gonna.
Well,
they are domesticatable. They are worth a pretty penny, and they are as well a protected species.
Oh.
So, also making them more valuable.
But they're disruptive to Echo, though. So that's No.
I'll leave it up to Echo, whatever
Yeah.
he decides.
I will too.
Echo is kind of freaking then.
You would. I mean,
After he turns off the lightsabers and puts them away, he's like just making motions that look like they're supposed to be doing something.
It's not working. It's not working. Oh, did we throw the chiss in a bag or something?
I said we turn the holo recorder on him and throw him in one of those cages.
Why not? Sounds good.
okay.
We need to bring
Yeah,
him back somewhere, though, don't we?
Well,
Or
if
no?
you're hollow recording it, you don't necessarily have to take him with you. You can just
Send the message.
upload that message.
Even better.
Sort of broadband it to where it goes out all over the place,
Oh,
along with a nice little message of this is what happens with you when you screw with the Black Sun type of thing.
sounds good.
That
Even better.
That's one way you could make an example of them. I mean, or
I like
if
that.
you can think of something better, by all means,
No.
go for it.
I can't. I think that's perfect.
But yeah, you were contracted to come after him because he had supposedly stolen goods from the Black Sun, and if you were capable of returning any of the goods, if he still had any of them, then that was a bonus.
Well,
I wonder if we would get a bonus if we were to bring any of the. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I have the room in the ship for. I've got to check the cargo line. If that would help, if this would be enough. But still, it's up to Echo though because it's freaking him out. It's not good to have him, upset and feeling weird with these things around.
Well, it might be handy keeping them around.
I don't know.
I
Kind of crazy.
I kind of want to bring the Mandalorian bodies too. So if you guys don't object to that.
I just want to take the one armor set that you didn't blow his brain matter all over in. I want to take one of those with us.
You mean the helmet?
The
I foresee
whole
a new overlay for Zara.
Oh, she wants a whole. She wants to now
She
dress
wants
up like
the
a
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole set.
Okay.
Sure, why
Well,
not?
if that's the case, then I don't think we should bring the bodies because
No.
I kind of wanted to bring the bodies back.
Well, didn't
And
we learn
find,
our lesson the last time we left the body on the ship?
Well, no, I didn't want to bring the body on the ship. Bring the bodies back to town and find the Mandalorians that started shit with us before, and give them the bodies and simply say they didn't run.
Well, we'll bring the one that brain matter's all in. We'll take the set off the one that we didn't get brain matter and the helmet.
Are there any structures here besides the two ships?
Here in the clear, just trees.
Okay, so that's it. There's no buildings or anything.
Nope, you're out in the middle of the forest.
Okay, cool. All right.
And it is the fire spray still ablaze?
It is still burning, yes.
Okay, well, we'll just leave that be then.
Yeah.
What's
A good half to 3/4 of it has been destroyed by explosions.
All right, we got our stuff. Let's get out of here.
so we'll take the one Mandalorian set, the dead Mandalorian to take back into town. Are we taking the Salamiri?
I'll leave that up to Echo if he wants to even have one of these things around that we could give to whoever as a gift in the Black Sun, saying, "Here, we got this," or sell it or whatever. But if it's too much, I'm fine without it.
They're worth a pretty penny. I mean, you could possibly cut down your debt to them with them.
Echo, what do you think?
But You
Yeah.
gotta
You up
put up
for
with
it?
being a normal everyday Ithorian with them around.
Temporarily.
He can still wield his lightsaber though,
Well, yeah,
and he still can scare the crap out of people.
yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Right. We
So
still
it's up
got a
to
little
you.
bit of advantage.
But yeah. The 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 greed and the desire to become a completely free agent is greater than the discomfort for
Okay.
these things.
So we'll
All right.
take as many as I can get in the ship.
All right. So you guys are gonna take the truck and drive it back into the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget that sword that one Mandalorian
Oh yeah.
Mandalorian dropped.
Yeah.
Grab
Yeah.
that too.
Cortosis blade.
That was the Chisses, right?
Yep. And the Mandalorian had a vibra blade, a vibra sword.
We'll take their. I'm gonna take their guns also.
Oh my gosh, I gotta see how much crap we've got.
We're just taking everything.
If
it fits, throw it in.
Well, you
If
should
it
see
doesn't fit, put it on the roof.
you should see
It's
the
good to
list
have
of
an
stuff
arsenal
that we
in your
got.
ship.
You got a flatbed truck. I mean, you could get it all back into town easy.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about how much stuff we got on the ship.
Well, the guns should be no problem. We can, have a nice little arsenal area.
Oh yeah. Nice
Yeah.
weapons locker.
Oh,
Yeah,
we did.
and then the Salamiri. Let me pull up the specs on this ship.
They're not very big.
Salamiris? No, they're about the size of an iguana. So like like a minx type of cat.
And how many are there? About?
There's 15 of them.
We should be able
It's
to.
the cages though that are the problem, right?
The cages are probably 2 foot in depth. They're basically like a medium dog's cage. So I mean they're like 2 foot in depth, 3 foot in width, and another 2 feet in height type of cube cage.
We could fit. If I remember right, we could fit 15 of those in there and still have some room for other cargo. It's got a lot of cargo space in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look at to see what it just to make sure.
Plus, even if you don't have enough cargo space, you've got suites that aren't being used by anybody.
That's true.
Oh man, there's vehicle bays on this thing, so there should be no problem whatsoever.
Okay.
Hell, you just got a flat truck too.
Can we just drive the truck on?
I don't think that's going to be big. I think that's too big. But I think, like speeder bikes and stuff like that. So if we wanted to have speeder bikes, our own stuff, because there's a picture of a person here, and it shows for scale. So I've got an ancillary vehicle bay, and there's 2 entry ramps.
Bought yourself a nice ship.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. This was in the archaeology. Here's the top level. Okay. So, and there's some store. Oh, so there's in the storage. There's 2 good-sized storage areas in the primary deck where we can put the creatures too, or they're probably better since there's nothing really in the vehicle bay. We can put them. They're probably better off in there because it's actually a little bit bigger, and they'll have more breathing room too. We don't want them to suffocate or anything. So yeah, there should be no problem to take them all.
Okay. And then wasn't there other crates on there that were still part of the Vegas?
There's still 5 crates on there that came from the original hull that was supposed to be from the Black Sun.
Ooh, that's some bonus. That's some of the bonus.
Cool. Good.
All right. Let's take them and get out of here. So, is there anything else we want to grab? We got the Mandalorian armor, the dead Mandalorian, the Cortosis blade, the Vibro sword, 15 Salamiri, and 5 crates for the Black Sun. Do we need anything else?
Is there anything else?
Yeah, that's what I would put that.
The Chiss's body and maybe stuff left on the fire spray, but doubtful.
It's just so. Wait, I just realized those aren't really big enough to eat him very fast, are they?
Oh, to eat the Salamiri?
Yeah,
To eat the body?
the Chiss. Yeah.
15 of them could probably have him stripped down to bones in a matter of hours.
Oh damn!
What-
All right, there you go.
What about leaving him for that thing that we ran into in the forest, tie him to a tree?
No. We're
Okay.
setting an example. So, okay,
Okay.
the thought process. Eventually, what Echo is trying to do is take the holo recorder, record the entire process of him being slowly consumed by dozens of lizards, and then
Okay.
and then speed it up, and maybe if you can have a nice little tune, a very pleasant tune in the background, and have a public service announcement from the Black Suns saying, if you deal with the Black Suns, you tend to make a bit of cash, but if you double deal the Black Suns, you tend to make friends of other types, and show the video of the Salamiri.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you went without feeding them for a couple of days, they could have him devoured in probably 2 hours, if not less.
That's the goal.
So
Works for me.
my next question is: do you guys stop back at the little settlement on your way through, or do you just go straight to the ship?
I'm fine with going straight to the ship unless there was something that needed to be done at that place.
No, we got our target. We got some of the cargo back. Let's just get the hell off of here, because the quicker we can get off planet, the better off that Miss Utah won't find me.
That's right. Yeah, let's straight to town. Load this stuff up.
Okay. Well, then here is going to come into our tide change for next session. On your way back into the city, Darius's comm chirps. It is Fweep, alerting him to the fact that there's something going on back at the dock with the ship. What is it? And I'm going to end our broadcast here. The poll will be put up on the Star Wars The Tides of Change role-playing game club page on Facebook. Again, thanks for watching the GM's Dice, and hope to see you next time.
All right.